my God, you see that?
Fear unlocked. I mean, margin for error, you guessed it. Death. That is a manhole, son. 10 feet underground. You're not meeting up with Master Splinter and the Ninja Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. When you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content. Tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching on TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But I love y'all, Blake. I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
I don't care. I think he's meant to be seen. He's so creepy.
And this right here is exactly what a real vampire looks like.
A victory would be also nice too.
A victory. To me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash.
Well,
When you come out here, you know what I'm saying. Your
I
first pro
understand.
tournament, you say, I can win.
I've always figured that why go to a tournament if you're not going there to try and win?
You'll learn.
So there you have it. You just watched a vampire operate in real time. That was a young Tiger Woods in 1996 before his first pro tournament. And this dude is trying to drain him of his confidence before he even tees off. He accused Tiger of being arrogant and even subliminally wished on his downfall. And that right there is what real vampires do. They don't bite your neck. What they do is they steal your energy and your confidence. We all know how it turned out for Tiger. But if you're not aware, if you don't know what they look like and sound like, they'll leave you a lesser person than when you first met them. Now the thing about energy vampires is that they are unavoidable. So now that you see what they really look like, maybe you should protect your neck. Like what you see?
That's so scary. It's real, bro. Honestly, it's real. Yo, how do you do that?
Yo, come check out dude's eye, man. It's just crazy.
Oh my God, did you see that? Oh my God, did you see that?
Oh my God, did you see?
Crazy.
Ain't that the same guy who was shapeshifting on camera when he was showing the slits in his eyes and then he was showing how his elbow was changing? You know, I'm going to do something right now that I ain't never did. A video that is not in this rollout, I'm about to bring it back right now. So I'm going to pause it. Y'all won't even feel it. Y'all won't even realize I paused it. I'm going to pause it. And when I'm going to pause it in my time, go find that clip to match it right with him so we can see if that's the same person. And then, but y'all going to think it's just already in this lineup. It's not in his lineup, bro. I just got to get a confirmation if that's the same guy. Because if that's the same guy, then how we going to trust him? Because he was shape-shifting into a reptilian. And if I'm not mistaken, he was from the military. I can't trust shit like that, bro. I'm just being honest. What's y'all thoughts? This off entertainment. Like I said, this next clip wasn't in the lineup. But we going to make sure that ain't the same person. Because if it is, we really can't trust the people watching him. None of it, bro.
What's going on with my body? You guys wanted to know an update. Look, first of all, if you guys haven't seen stuff like, for example, my elbows. Look at this shit. Hold on one second. It's not just my elbows that are changing. Look, we got forearm stuff now. I don't know if I can. It pops out pretty far. My eyes, look, if I go totally in, you guys can see, look, normal eyes, right? And I'm not doing it, but when you toggle it, and people are like, hey, wait, first of all, so so that you can see there's no, like, I don't know, contact or anything in there. Do you see? Nothing. No, but if I move it to the side, watch. Do you guys see that? It's crazy, right? I know it's been going on for a while. If you guys haven't seen the rest of the updates on my page, check it out. Or look, but I have a whole real shapeshift series. If you guys want to see those changes, dude, we put it in a damn series. So click that, get the update. Stay tuned. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Tell me that wasn't the same guy we just saw in the previous clip. For entertainment, what I'm saying ain't true.
Fear unlocked. I mean, margin for error, you guessed it. Death. That is a manhole, son. 10 feet underground. You're not meeting up with Master Splinter and the Ninja Mutant Ninja Turtles. You not even there by choice. That wasn't your choice of free will. Imagine you just moving, grooving, vibing, sliding. Next thing you know, you disappear into the underground. No, I know one thing. I'm suing everybody. You see how she hit her chin? She'd be lucky if she don't have no missing teeth. I know as soon as everything goes dark, you immediately hear the saxophone. I'll be like, come on, guys. Stop playing with me, son. I was already having a bad day. Because you already know, shit like this only happens when your day is already going bad. Don't a manhole, bro? Are you crazy? Come on. Hey, let me come back. For real. Stop playing with me. I know that's not how you had it written out. I'm just being honest. I'll be pissed. We'd have to have an immediate conversation. But be careful where you walking, people, because sometimes people just like stepping on shit, trying shit out. Oh, look at this vet. They trying to be funny. Not right now. If you haven't seen, all around New York, is disappearing on these manholes for hours. What are they doing down there? We have no idea. Could be Dirty Mike and the boys. I don't know. But they're going down there with tools, and they coming up, acting like they ain't new to say tools. They just got off a shift. But they doing it for the love of the game. In this case in particular, she did end up surviving, but she doesn't seem like she's trying to exploit as much as I would personally. Because she's like, oh my God, I fear for my life. I fell in there and like the water came up to my chest. I thought I was going to die. And obviously I had a little bit of head trauma because, you know, I hit my chin on the manhole. It's like, no, you got to sell that a lot more. Water was all the way up to I could barely breathe. I was kicking my feet. I couldn't feel my toes. My neck was snapped. I'm missing teeth. Well, maybe not missing teeth because you can't lie about that. But, you know, my jaw hurt or something like that. Pause. And, hey, trauma. Mental trauma. I almost died. I need all that. Funny out, bro.
I wonder if she was on her phone and that's what got her awareness. It's cap because it's water above us. That shit would have had water coming out.
My son, wow! My son, wow! Pass me the back end. Pass me the back. My son, wow!
Stop playing with my son.
My son is
Stop
wow.
playing, you heard? Stop playing,
He
man.
is African for
Stop
real.
playing, man. If he get on this bike right
If
now,
he get on his bike, it's a
my
wrap.
son legendary.
He is legendary.
Hey, this is my son Lake
He
Ball,
get on his
man.
bike right now, he is legendary.
This is my son Lake Ball, man. This is my son Lake Ball. He do this in his sleep. My son do this in his sleep. My son do this in his sleep. My son do this in his sleep. Stop playing.
Damn.
So a guy kept losing his chickens. They would go through a hole and they would never come out. So this guy was like, well, where are these chickens going? So they broke down the wall to figure out where the chickens go. And they found an underground city that can hold 20,000 people.
Turkey?
With many, many levels.
Wow.
Like many levels deep into the ground.
Wow.
It's bananas.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
It's like an anthill.
I watched a documentary. Now you see.
Wow.
Like we see where you could you please go back to that one image with the houses? Yeah, like that. Like so this guy, it was like behind a wall in the house. So these chickens would go into the hole and they would just disappear. So it's like, where's my chickens? So the guy starts digging around to try to figure out where the chickens go, and they found this. And I want to say they found this in like the 20th century. Like so,
20, I think it's the 20s I just saw.
1920s?
Like 29 maybe?
Wow. So no they forgot about it?
Nobody knew about it. Nobody knew who made it. There was no record of it. And it can
so big, and
it can house 20,000 people in there.
What was it for?
No one knows.
Right.
No one knows
No
when.
records.
No one knows who. No one knows nothing. There's other ones they found in China. They found this insane one in China that also has no records. It's enormous, like enormous caverns with giant columns. It's all carved out of the stone. They moved millions of tons of rocks out of there. No record. No one knows where the stone went.
I was staying with the Lacandons, Mayans, whatever, and we were on a hike, and there was this little like abandoned temple, just the size of this room. And so the guide was like, so now there's a tunnel in here to like the main temple. It's about 1.5 miles away, and there's a tunnel where you can go through it. It takes a couple hours to walk. And he goes, I did it with my brother once. He goes, I'll never go back. It's so frightening, and there's pumas around, and you don't know.
Pumas in the tunnel?
Yeah, you're like, you can't see shit. He goes, it's a bad place, but it's this long underground tunnel that was made however long. What the?
I know.
This is one of the caves.
So this is one of these caves in China. By the way, no record, no historical record of when it was created or who created it.
I put up, wow, 23.
And this is another one that they found. In 1992, they found it. 4 farmers in Longyu found the caves, and they drained the water from 5 small ponds in their village. The ponds turned out to be 5 large man-made caverns. Further investigation revealed 19 more caverns nearby. They've been determined to be more than 2,000 years old, and their construction is not recorded in any historical documents. Like, look how crazy. Please show some of those images.
Yeah, I was still on this page.
It's bananas. So they're just guessing that it's 2,000 years old. They don't know.
Right. They're just like,
because there's no
stone
record.
shit.
There's no record of it. But it's bananas.
Damn. Tunnels everywhere,
This was
bro.
taken in Mississippi the other day. There's more to come, Booskies. Chavadu.
When play stupid ass games, you gonna win what?
Motherland calls. Just don't believe that we built it. I don't believe that we, as this version of humans, built that statue. You ever see something and you just don't believe, like you just can't wrap your head around it? First of all, they say it's 330 feet. Look at it compared to humans. This thing is massive, and it has amazing detail. And they say they used welding, and they welded this together, and it's made out of steel. And they say it's only 330 feet. But you look at it, it looks way bigger than 330 feet. Look at it compared to the Statue of Liberty. Do you think that we built this thing? Do you think that we built this thing in 1967? Now, I'm not taking away from all the Russian people. Hey, let me know. But just my mind, no disrespect, with all due respect, I just think that there was some other ancient civilization that built this thing. I just think that it is just way too big. And this is how we building shit now. This is how we building shit now. This is how we building shit now. Do you believe that we built this in 1967? Do you believe that's only 330 feet? And do you believe that it was this version of humans that built it? Maybe I'm tripping out here. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe. Well, I don't think so, because my brain is saying, nah, son, nah.
The man playing this game would go on to dozens of children inside of their elementary school. The guy seen in that footage is none other than Adam Lanza, the perpetrator behind the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting. On December 14th, 2012, Adam Lanza walked into the Sandy Hook Elementary School with loaded weaponry, opened fire, and ended up killing 20 children between 6 and 7 years old and 6 adult staff members before ending his own life. This is truly one of the most horrific stories in American history. Now, Adam's parents had divorced in the year 2008, and at the time of the shooting, he was living with his mother, but Adam came from a fairly regular, normal, all-American household. He was even described by those who knew him as being highly intelligent but withdrawn. It's known that Adam suffered from a number of different disorders, including Asperger's syndrome and sensory processing disorder. He had also been diagnosed with OCD in the past. But in the years before the shooting, Adam almost completely withdrew from society. He stopped hanging out with any of the friends that he had. He stopped attending school due to his anxiety. And in the months and years before the shooting, he began to obsess with acts of mass violence. He even created and maintained spreadsheets on previous mass shooting events. And yeah, he glorified all these in his mind, and at one point decided he wanted to become one of them as well. Adam's mother owned a number of legally purchased firearms because she was a gun enthusiast herself, and on the day of the shooting, Adam murdered his own mother in their home before driving to the school and enacting a disturbing wave of violence. That video that I showed you at the beginning showing Adam playing a game in public is just truly haunting. The way that he's moving, the fact that he would go on to do what he did. It's almost unbelievable footage, and it becomes such a dark video when you understand what came afterwards. My wife and I covered this story a few years ago on our podcast, America, so if you want to listen to us talk about it, please consider checking the show out. It's available now on all streaming platforms.
What is that now? It's definitely unidentified. It's definitely flying. And it's definitely an object. Could be military. Could be aliens. I don't know. Shabadoo.
I just heard one of the most nastiest stories I've ever heard on this app. Very disturbing. This woman on the podcast said she worked at a women's clinic, and the young woman came in with this yellow, nasty oozing discharge coming out her, and it was leaking all into her underwear. Very smelly. She said they gave her a test, and she tested positive for. She said it was one of the most nastiest infections she's seen in months. They gave the young woman a high dose of antibiotics and sent her about her way. The young woman come back in a week later with a very high fever. And she said as they were doing a physical exam, they couldn't help but notice that she still had the infection because of the smell, and it was worse than before. She said all colors of the rainbow was oozing out of her vagina, her underwear. She said it looked like a goddamn, and I quote, baking soda and vinegar volcano.
Oh my God.
Coming out of her private. They asked her, why didn't you take the antibiotics that we prescribed to you? She said, I was going to take it, but my boyfriend asked me not to because he likes the way the infection tastes.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Bye.
This sick ass world, I swear.
Get in here, family. And this shit pissed me off. And I hope it pissed y'all off too. Especially my African brothers and sisters. Cause ain't no way they got y'all this docile and this weak where y'all allowing foreigners to come to y'all countries and abuse y'all babies for TikTok views. If y'all don't know about what I'm talking about, let me put y'all on game. So apparently, Chinese foreigners are going to Nigeria and other parts of Africa, and they are recording their children by doing all type of abusive shit for views. That's right, all type of abusive shit to children for views. Okay, let's jump into this video so y'all can get pissed off like me. I'm from the grave. This shit really blew me.
You are now with the Illuminati, mother.
Maybach music.
Y'all notice how like rappers used to be able to say shit like that in the past? And now they say it, it's almost like the whole crowd catch it. And like, you know, you got the fans who just super fans who don't really care or don't understand. So when they hear that, they don't really think of nothing. They don't even care. But then there's some fans who be like, bro, I can't rock with you, bro. You just said some wild shit. Have y'all noticed how times has changed like that? It's almost like, I know the awakening is happening for most people, but it's happening at a crazy rate compared to what it was then. Let me know y'all thoughts, man.
What is that? What in the world is that? Is that a kite? Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. Is that a kite? Oh my God, what is that? What in the heaven's name? What in the heaven's name? What the?
Once again, old Hollywood is creepy as f. Did you know, in 1971, a movie by the name of The Beguiled, starring Clint Eastwood, did this.
Amelia, but everybody calls me Amy. I'm Corporal John McBurney, but everybody calls me McB. How old are you, Amy? 12. 13 in September. Old enough for kisses.
Bro, what? So you mean to tell me everybody on the set, the directors, the producers, writers, everybody thought this was okay? I mean, this is why I do these audits, you guys, because looking back into the past, we gotta check a lot of this shit. So this movie was about a wounded soldier in the Civil War, and he finds refuge in an isolated girls' school. Then it says he becomes the object of the young woman's fantasies in the school. This whole plot screams PDF file. So the young actress at the time, Pamela Ferdin, she said she was only 11 when that kiss happened. And that kiss wasn't even in the script. She said she wasn't expecting it because it wasn't in the script and was supposed to just be covering her mouth. But she found out later the director told Clint Eastwood to do it because it would be more provocative. They said they used that first take because of her stunned expression, which was real, was perfect. Sorry, but what universe is an old man kissing an 11-year-old girl perfect? Make sure you guys hit up my YouTube because I'm going to be doing more breakdowns and more audits.
Y'all check him out, man. Go run him up. Maverick Approach, a legend. Remember when I said, I seen y'all comments saying when I shout y'all out, y'all gives y'all life, and y'all love that? Because I seen y'all saying this numerous times. And I said when I reach out to certain creators, and they respond or they shout me out on Instagram, YouTube, anything like that, bro, it turns me up too. So that's why I try to pass that feeling back to the collective. Maverick Approach just jumped in the comments and was like, I appreciate you, bro, for being in the rollout. I went crazy. Cause I mean, it's like, again, bro, I don't realize like what we built here until I really think about it. I think I'm a regular person. So when I see other creators that I watch be knowing who I am, bro, that is one of the dopest feelings ever. Like, for real. I just got to keep it a buck. That's one of them people that I go crazy for. If they reach out to me or when he watch something or he checking something out, bro, I go crazy. He a legend. Here, check him out, run him up, tell him I sent you.
Got some iniquitous activity seen here in Flatbush, New York, y'all. As you can see, coming out the cut like peroxide, we got 7 individuals moving, grooving, vibing, sliding like they in that movie Warriors. Come out and play, yay! And so you see, car pull up and then open up the manhole and they start going down underground. And I know they ain't meeting up with Master Splinter because I don't see no Ninja Turtles here. So the question is, what are they doing down there? Because they wasn't down there just for a little bit. They down there for 2 hours. And you see the car go by, nah, we doing something. Like, nigga, you not working. It's midnight. And this they little lookout. It hit 2 a.m. They pop out the cut like Neosporin like they just got off a shift. Everything regular. Red Bull nowhere in sight. Wide strictly for vibes. But it's just like, wait, what is that? What are y'all doing just underground for 2 hours in New York City? Now NYPD is scrambling trying to figure out who the are they and why are they down there. And as you can see right here, like I don't know what they are, but they look like special white breed NDs. But, never know. It could be Dominican, it could be Puerto Rican. I mean, it's New York City. But not black. I do know that. Now, obviously, the Israeli Day Parade just happens to be on Sunday. So, NYPD is panicking.
What's your thoughts on this manhole?
Shout out to that little boy. He was on angel timing. Saved that little girl. But this a wake up, y'all. We live in an evil world. What Future say, it's an evil world we living in? It's definitely. But we got to keep being the protectors and the angels that we are for these children and for the elders and for our family and for ourselves. On front of grave. That shit crazy these people exist. Damn.
Whoa! What's this about? What is this about? Something's going on here, guys, and you see it. I know you do. Could it be? Could it be? This is what people are saying. Like I said, I don't know who in the world has the time to put things like this together, but something's going on here, guys. They do share a lot of similarities. Maybe they're related. Maybe they are. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are the same person, all right, guys? And I need people to stop saying that. Shh, shut up! But it's something to think about. Could it be? Could it be? I don't think so. And I don't know why people are saying this. All right? Now, maybe they're related. Maybe they're related. Maybe there's something that a lot of people don't know about. Shh, shut up! We got you, Kid Cudi. There's a lot going on in the Matrix. All you gotta do is pay attention and unplug yourself. All right? Shh, shut up! But listen, people ain't gonna like this. I don't know why, because I'm just showing you pictures. But of course, guys, entertainment purposes only. That's what this is all about. We're just playing around here, guys, killing time, because these are clearly two different people. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this one. This is what people are saying. I'm out.
Found a nigga not guilty for busting a nigga ass from the back. First off, a nigga that he chased for 130 yards. Mind you, a football field is 100 yards. You chase this for a football field and some change. Not just you, but you, your son, and your mother wife. For a bottle of water, you clap this nigga in his back. Mind you, all three of y'all left the store unattended. Y'all so worried about a bottle of water, a nigga could have stole the cash register. What the yo? Then it's not even this nigga first encounter banging somebody out. They say somebody had allegedly stole from his store before he ran out and bunged the nigga out while the nigga was in his will. It's like, yo, and then he got off. They talking about it wasn't enough evidence in the case to convicting. What kind of justice system do we got? He busting niggas' asses for Skittles and bags of chips and shit like that, and we just cool with it? Yo! And then it's like, yo, they really smoked Young Boy for a bottle of water. Never mind him having a whistle on him, because Young Boy did have a whistle, you feel me? And I really kind of wish he would have used it, you feel me? Nobody knew he had a whistle. Then they talking about he ain't had no cash on him when they had found his body and shit. What the Somebody could have took the cash, or I don't know. I don't use cash every day, nigga. I like the Apple Pay shit. That's my preferred payment method. So what the I mean a nigga did? Like, what the that got to do with the price of tea in China? Then these niggas' defense was, yeah, I was a concerned dad that had seen a gun pointed at son. So they tried to frame it like Young Boy had pointed the whistle at the other Young Boy while he was running. But I know if I'm pointing the whistle at a nigga while I'm running, I ain't running. I feel like America just from the back with no grease. I'm gonna be honest with you. No dinner date or nothing beforehand. I feel robbed. You feel me? I feel like my black life is just worth a bottle of water in America at this point. I don't know. I'm completely deflated. It's 16 from Channel 16 News, and I don't know how to feel. Every year on the year, they do this to us. Another person could smoke a black man, and it's just like, hey, man, you get off. So he get to go sleep in his comfortable Tempur-Pedic and go to work tomorrow, and this young man is...
The reason why we get a story like this is because they got to keep us divided. Because if I look like me and the store owner looks like him and there's someone else who doesn't look like us, if we keep these stories going, we'll never have a conversation and we'll never stop the division. You get what I mean? Just like I said yesterday, we'll watch TV, we'll watch a movie, get a perception, and then when we go outside, we are divided. We won't talk to each other. We won't work with each other because of some shit we saw on that black screen, that mirror. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about, that television, that the fake shit. They programming our minds through that. So when we go out to the real world, we're projecting that same energy. And then next thing you know, they getting everything they want. They gonna keep effing us all from them back. They gonna put shackles on all of us. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. What I'm saying ain't true. But that's why we gotta get these type of stories. And that's what pisses me off when I see some of these people react on someone who looks like me like this. Because what makes me any different than that young kid? What made me any different? Because there's some people who don't watch this type of content. What if I go to the store and go to a situation like that? And then that shit won't happen, God forbid, but you know, it could happen. That's what I'm saying. What if that was like my brother, my cousins? You get what I mean? Like, this shit hit home. So that's why I'm saying, that's why it bothered me so much. And I see the bigger picture. And I see the division coming out of it. What's y'all thoughts? explain how it's pure science.
This hut is probably considered the most haunted place in Antarctica, and the story behind it is pretty wild. It is named Scott's Hut, after a British explorer named Robert Falcon Scott, who was famous for his early Antarctica expeditions. He had already been to Antarctica once before during what he called the Discovery Expedition from 1901 to 1904, but for his second expedition, the Terra Nova Expedition, he wanted a better location that was warmer and less likely to trap his ship in sea ice. So, after arriving in 1911, the team selected the area of Cape Evans and quickly got to work building a new base. And within just 9 days, Scott's Hut was erected. Scott's main goal was to be the first person to reach the South Pole. It was an 800-mile venture into below freezing temperatures, climbing over ice shelves and glaciers, and it took them 78 days. But when they arrived, they found that a Norwegian explorer had already beaten them there a month earlier. So now, Scott and his team of 4 other men had to turn around and travel another 800 miles back to the hut after their dream-crushing defeat. But on their return trip, the men on the team very slowly began dying off one by one. The first was a 41-year-old man named Edgar Evans, who had started to deteriorate pretty quickly after leaving the pole. He began to get confused, and about a month into their journey, after collapsing near the foot of a glacier, he would later die in their tent. And unfortunately, after his death, the remaining 4 men had to continue north. Along the way, 32-year-old Lawrence Oates was having a hard time keeping up due to gangrene in his feet. During a blizzard 2 months into their journey, Oates reportedly said, quote, "I'm just going outside and maybe some time." He walked out into the storm and vanished. His body was never recovered, and it's believed that he sacrificed himself so that he wouldn't continue to slow down the rest of the men. The final 3 men continued to push on, but a few days after Oates' death, they became trapped in their tent during a blizzard that wouldn't let up. They were only 11 miles from a supply depot, but had very little food and almost no fuel left for melting the snow into water. Wilson and Bowers were the first to die, leaving Scott as the last remaining survivor. On March 29, 1912, he wrote the following in his diary: "For God's sake, look after our people." More than 7 months had gone by before their tent would be discovered buried under the snow. Their bodies were left where they lay, and a cross made from skis was built at the top. Because of the tragedy tied to it, Scott's Hut is now considered haunted. Everything has been perfectly preserved through the years, and visitors here have reported canned foods flying off from the shelves, voices heard calling from empty corners, and doors reportedly slamming on their own.
If you get lost in the Amazon rainforest, you will not survive. It's beautiful, we get it, except there's something about the rainforest where people say that like your footprints will be erased, like removed, because it's so humid, so nothing really sticks in the ground. Like if you made a trail and then tried walking back, your footprints are gone. They also say that something about the Amazon jungle, the trees kind of like morph in a sense, so nothing looks the same. Not only are the animals terrifying, this one creator was in the jungle and she talked about this little like branch stem thing, and that white part, if that goes into your bloodstream, you are done within 10 minutes. Like you will not survive because that is poison. Then alongside that, when you get stung by bees or whatever other insects there are, if you try to like wash yourself in the water, there's piranhas, there's a lot of other animals you don't want to encounter. And you know how like when you're in the shower or a pool or a bath, your skin starts to prune? Yeah, everything's gonna start to prune, not just your fingers, because it's so humid there. It's like always wet. So from what people are saying, if you just go a little bit in the Amazon forest, you'll be okay. But if you go kind of deep in, you're done. You're done. I think the thing that blows my mind the most is how people say the trees just like morph. Like they move, they shift. They don't look the same as they did 10 minutes ago.
These 2 cars in front of me are going to be the cars that are anti-surveillance in the future. These are the only cars that do not have surveillance, you know, stuff before like 2005. These cars have absolutely no devices in them. Every car that we drive now, built after a certain year, has at least some surveillance in it. After 2027, they're talking about putting cameras in your car to see if you're paying attention to the road, to see if you're drinking anything bad. And it's supposed to be in like all the cars. So I think one day these cars are going to be extremely valuable, and I'm going to start hoarding them if I can get a couple bucks. But I would say, yeah, these cars are going to be worth more than the freaking newer cars. Keep them all stored real nice. Make sure they don't get rust.
These are the cars, the real cars of the future, with no surveillance on them. By 2040, I think only 3% of these older cars are going to be on the road. So in reality, these ugly beat up cars are going to be probably the most valuable cars out there in the future. Just a little theory.
I mean, I don't think he lying either. Now that I think about it, now that he say that.
How many more years will we see you play?
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
Will have the same uncertainty about next year? Do you have an inkling of what you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I want to live. When I know, you guys will know. I don't know. I have no idea. Just want to live, that's all.
What am I willing to sacrifice?
Trying to tell me out of all the natural flavoring y'all could have found, beaver asshole was the only thing that was usable? Like there was nothing else that could be used as a general natural flavoring or natural flavor enhancer besides beaver's asshole? And how the f did we discover this shit?
Watch out around someone who slightly shifts their torso away from you when you enter a group setting. This is a body language tell called ventral denial that means they secretly don't like you. Always remember, torso away means they don't want you to stay.
I didn't know that, but now I did do that to somebody.
I've said it many times, I'm not a superstitious individual. That being said, I'm not playing the elevator game. No. This video doesn't have much context, shows a group of guys inside of this elevator pressing random floor buttons. First floor they arrive on, everything seems pretty normal, but the next floor that they get to is a terrifyingly dark hallway. Now, the elevator game is an urban legend / creepypasta where if you press certain floor buttons in a repeating sequence at nighttime, the elevator will eventually and supposedly transport you to an alternate dimension that will likely be dangerous. From what I can tell, this is definitely an older legend as well. Back in 2013, the bizarre Elisa Lam footage of the inside of this elevator is kind of what pushed this theory as well, though she was not playing this game. If you guys want to do this yourself, you have to be in a building that has at least 10 stories, and you have to do this at nighttime. And again, repeating sequences of numbers over and over again. It's very unlikely something bad is going to happen to you, obviously. Again, I'm not superstitious, but still, I wouldn't be playing this game.
Nah, I wouldn't be playing that shit either. I don't play in elevators. I'd rather take the stairs.
Have you ever heard of the term P-47s and P-52s? The f*** is that? P-47, those basically means present plus 47,000 years in the future, plus 52,000 years in the future. And there was a scientist who was talking about these creatures, P-47s and P-52s, on an interview, and she was basically saying how like these aliens are actually us in the future. So what happens is that there's like some catastrophic disaster that happens on the planet that basically wipes out the entirety of humanity, which only some people survive. Some people go underground, which are the P-47s, and the P-52s are the ones who stay above ground, who end up adapting to the surface and surviving. And they're basically observing us from the future, and maybe they're making sure that the disaster does happen, or maybe they're making sure like something like on some canon event.
But like the thing is too is we obviously can't comprehend like the science behind everything, but I'm just trying to think how like advanced we would have to be in order to be on some time traveling type of shit.
Think about like this, bro, right? So go back however long the pyramids were built, right? During like those times, right?
Yeah.
So imagine us going to them and showing them an iPhone. They'll think like crazy, like this is witchcraft. How do you have all this information on a phone?
On a like piece of glass and like
it's a box. How does that work? They'll think you're crazy. So just think about it like that. So maybe someone in the future, or maybe they already have technology to do that, but we just can't right now comprehend
it. Yeah,
it just seems impossible for us, but in reality it's not.
Yo, that shit is so trippy, bro, because like that means
we heard that story before. The only story we didn't, the part that I don't remember hearing, is the P-47s was underground and survived, and the P-52s, I think 52, might have been 57, 52, one of them, don't quote me exactly, stayed above surface. we did get the clip of I think it was one of them. I can't remember which number, but one of them said that they ended up coming back in our timeline to save us from the cataclysm. But humans, the 1%, the people who some people believe in, are the ones who harming the planet, and that's why they keep coming back to try to stop that shit, along with the ones that you know these humans have created. You know what I mean? That's why I say I think they're at war with extraterrestrials. That's why I believe it. What's your thoughts, man? Because this would sound like some human shit. A human seeing some shit to come back from in time saying, I'm you from the future, but I'm trying to help you now so this shit don't happen in the future. A human ain't gonna understand that shit, especially the people who call the shots. They not that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They not there mentally, bro. So they not gonna think of it from that perspective. They gonna think of whatever's coming to talk to them saying that's them from the future. They don't look like me. That's an enemy. I'm about to try to go to war with it. That's what humans do. That's my opinion. What I said ain't true.
This is the real reason why they had the war in Afghanistan. See, they lied to y'all. It's this ET body that they was looking for. Now look at this. Look at the jury that's on this ET. And look at the body structure. This is definitely not human. Tell me what y'all think.
How coincidental is it that one of the first people that were to get this brain chip from Elon is now like able to shapeshift, like has the ability to actually shapeshift right in front of people on the side of the street? We'll come right back to him, you know, changing his eyes and things like that. So here's him talking about this new brain chip he got. And don't forget, there's people in other countries that are literally chipping their hands and everything to make it easier to buy products, you know? A living parallel, if you will, from Revelation itself.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home and...
I practiced at home.
And so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I could still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
Oh yeah, promise miracles for these people to merge themselves with artificial intelligence and technology, I get it. By the way, the spirit has left his eyes completely. They even say that these chips will allow these people to talk with machines directly without having to vocalize. It's funny, you know, when they talk about these aliens, you know, this demonic spiritual wickedness high places, how they talk without speaking. And now all of a sudden he can shapeshift in real time.
Sounds like what you see.
That's so scary. It's real, bro. It's real. Leo, how do you do that?
Yo, come check out dude's eye, man.
You wanna know what I think? I think it's a lie. He was never a human in the first place, and this is just some bullcrap to push this chip. I had a dream about this years ago, before I knew of any chip. And in the dream, the second these people, I think my dad in the dream, the second he did this thing, he was no longer a human, his spirit was gone, he was completely gone. Be careful, get the word out, get away from this stuff.
Here, in the 17 and 1800s clearly, that we're not being told about. These people in Utah, in the 1800s, they were in a remote developing area. There was basically nobody even there. And this matches the exact same pattern that we've seen all over the world. We already know that this is not just in Utah. It's also in Chicago. It's in New York. It's in California, Texas, Florida, Europe, Asia, and the rest of the world. It's everywhere. All of these buildings, they're all built with perfection, and they were built in no time. All of these buildings, they were all replacing earlier structures supposedly. Because we're being told that this was the booming 1860s, where there's just no people, and there was no training. These supposed architects, they were just out there winging it with no paperwork. There weren't even any cars at this time to actually ship the materials to the site. These people in this time period, we're all told that they were supposedly suffering. Yet at the same time, they were just easily putting palaces together for a population of nobody. It is beyond illogical. It doesn't make any sense. And the truth, I believe, is that these buildings, they were already here. And that these stories that are attached to these buildings, I believe that they're all made up. They're pretend. And they're ultimately a lie. Because this is when the email chain goes further. And what they gave us is a list of processed records from 2017 again. And here's the list that they just provided us. A processed list from 2017 that has absolutely nothing that we asked for. Not a single architectural plan, no structural drawings, no blueprints, no engineering calculations, nothing. It's just a bunch of administrative records. And they know this. It's not actual construction proof. So now we for sure know, 100%, that their first email, it was a brush-off attempt. And they are trying to deflect the fact that they don't have a single document proving their story. Proving that they actually know how this building got here. And this is what we do here. Now that we know that they tried to brush us off twice.
Good morning, y'all. It's the first of the month, and for those of you who live in South Carolina, y'all know that last week at the same time, simultaneously, okay, we all heard the same boom. Now, I've been waiting for the news to tell us what that boom was, and they claim it was a sonic boom, but how, Sway? Now, in my research of a sonic boom, I seen that there was one in Massachusetts that was caused by a meteor. So if Massachusetts was caused by a meteor, why y'all can't figure out where South Carolina was caused by? Now, social media, as you know, you got to do both sides of the news. You got to actually look stuff up, and you got to do some social media digging. Social media saying that they think it was a missile. And you know what? That's not too far-fetched, because South Carolina does have... Never mind, I ain't going to tell y'all what South Carolina have. Y'all just leave us alone. Let me get out of here. Just warn me the next time y'all going to throw something over here so I can get on. Please and thank you. Anyway, it's the first of the month. Happy Monday. Good morning. Be safe out there in these streets, because something crazy going on.
What South Carolina got, y'all? Let me know.
This entity was sealed away in glass, and according to the Imperial Treasury of Vienna, they attest that this is a real demon that was trapped during an exorcism in the 17th century in Germany. According to historians, this strange object dates back to the 1600s and was originally part of a collection of Archduke Leopold Wilhelm. Records describe it as something called a spiritus familiaris, sealed inside the glass, and according to historical accounts, this wasn't just a decorative or symbolic piece. It is believed to be a spirit that has been driven out of a possessed person during an exorcism and then trapped inside the glass to keep it contained using a ritual.
Do y'all believe it? I don't know if I do. That shit is sickening. I had to take a college course, and we had to watch shit like that. And bro, shit just don't make no sense that we got these people out here. This shit is okay. That's crazy. We got people who take lives who get more time than these type of people. That shit don't make no sense, bro. That don't make no sense. Give them equal, if that's the case. Give them equal time. It's crazy, bro. Some people get fed time for way more years for fraud. Entertainment, bro. This shit ain't even true.
These are people that science still can't explain. First off, Stephen Wiltshire, the guy who can draw entire cities from memory. Stephen Wiltshire is a British artist with autism, and his visual memory is on another level. After looking at a city for just a few minutes, he can sketch it in crazy detail. Buildings, streets, everything, all in perfect proportion. He's recreated massive cities like London, New York, and Tokyo just from memory. After a single helicopter ride, experts think his brain processes images in a totally unique way, giving him a level of precision most people can't come close to.
It's interesting. That's dope, though.
2026 World Cup. There's multiple hints that Portugal is gonna win. Wait, why? How? So Portugal has one of the best teams going into this World Cup. Ronaldo. Yeah, and you know how Messi won it before? It makes sense that they also let Ronaldo, he's on his last limbs, he's getting old, to give him the going out trophy. I see. But it all started with The Simpsons. The Simpsons predicted the World Cup final game. I don't know what team it was, but it was against Portugal. And then Homer was looking at Marge and he was like, yo, I'll myself if Portugal doesn't win. And Portugal ended up winning. Whoa. Yeah. And there's an art, the official ball of the FIFA World Cup is Portugal colors on the flag. I'll show you. Let me see. Red, green, and white, and there's some blue on the thing too.
And red. Oh, yeah.
Also, an artist that usually comes out with predictions, the world ahead of 2026 predicts like Trump in it too.
Ronaldo.
No, look down here.
Oh, it is Ronaldo. Oh my God,
yeah.
Ronaldo.
No, look down here. The jersey is red.
That's the Portugal jersey.
Yeah,
with
Portugal.
The green on the side. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the Portugal jersey. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right after Celine Dion released this demonic children's clothing line, her health rapidly declined. The commercial is insane. And here's where it gets a little Illuminati? People didn't know what to make of this. This looks very similar to the Illuminati eye, and why is it on her hand? Now here's some photos from the Instagram. Nothing else, these photos are for shock factor. Now you need to check out the insane commercial.
Our children, they are not really our children, as we are all just links in a never-ending chain that is life. For us, they are everything. But in reality, we are only a fraction of their universe. We miss the past. They dream of tomorrow. We may thrust them forward into the future, but the course will always be theirs to choose. I can't believe they called security. I mean, oh, come on, I'm Celine Dion. I'm not spending the night in jail. Guys, relax, easy. I'm Celine Dion.
Yeah, girl, and I'm Beyonce.
What are the odds that her health declines right when this brand comes out? And you know, these are all paid models, but you can see in the comments, people are clearly not having it. They're calling it evil, they're calling them worshiping the devil. And she never addressed any of this. It's like it never happened.
I remember that clip. Not that clip, but that story.
A radio rumor on the death of Britney Spears might get two local DJs in trouble. KEGL Radio reported last night that Spears was killed in a car wreck in Los Angeles and that her boyfriend, Justin Timberlake of NSYNC, was in a coma. But it's not true. Fox 4's Baron James is here with the follow-up. Baron?
Chief publicist for Spears and Timberlake tell Fox 4 News the pop singers are both alive and well. Still, the Federal Communications Commission is investigating.
I'm sure by now you guys have heard that Britney Spears died in a car crash in 2001 with Justin Timberlake. And apparently that he was in a coma and that she was dead. I don't know. Apparently they both had been dead at first. Her head had been like decapitated. I don't know. He ended up in a coma, but then, I don't know. Then it turned out that like she was completely fine and he was just recovering. It's giving clones, it's giving duplicates, it's giving like there was more than one, and the originals got killed off and then they brought in the replacements because everything went downhill after that supposed rumor of the car crash. You guys know that they were the it couple, Britney and Justin. You know, they had a thing since the Mickey Mouse Club, right? Like it was like, are they, aren't they? Okay. And they finally get together and this is like peak Britney and Justin. We're just like, so in love. But then the car crash happens and I'm gonna be honest with you. In my personal opinion, alleged, all for entertainment purposes, not true at all, complete opinion, I think that Justin was behind the car crash because I think that Justin was jealous of Britney. You can tell in his face that he was over it at a certain point, that she was getting too much attention and he was just like on the sidelines. And Justin's got a very big ego, okay? Justin wants to be at the top. He wants everybody's attention on him. And recently I dreamt of Justin Timberlake, and you guys know that I get the messages in my dreams. And
So how's Anthony Weiner still alive?
Anthony Weiner's still alive because I believe there's two possibilities. Number one, there's a dead man switch somewhere, meaning that there's something somewhere.
You know the story about his laptop with the cops that saw it?
And supposedly they're all dead? Yeah.
A bunch of them.
Crazy.
Yeah, how many cops are dead? Google that. But the other thing is that they said what they saw was so horrific.
Then and
like some of.
Well, that's crazy. That whenever there's so many start to get a little I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, what happened here?
Also, did you ever see him on Patrick Bet-David when he starts bringing up the Clinton body count?
Yeah, and
he gets like super defensive.
Well, it's very obvious that
a Grok conversation came up with an answer here.
Grok.
So is it not true?
I don't know.
Okay.
Grok's
a
been
claim that
compromised.
9 of the 12 NYPD officers who viewed Anthony Weiner's laptop subsequently died by widely circulated, but it lacks substantiation with concrete evidence linking these officers directly to Weiner's laptop. Here's the details based on available information. Joseph Calabresi, by the way, that guy's on the take.
Right,
That name.
No,
Hey.
of course.
There's a video of the Queen when the Queen died.
Okay.
There was a hot mic. So there's a mic on that they didn't know was on. And they leaked some information. And there was a conversation going on that wasn't supposed to go on live television.
Damn.
So while
What'd she say?
While they were recording it, listen, while they were recording it, you can hear the Queen say some really sus shit. Look, not the Queen, sorry.
Okay.
The Queen's like team saying some weird stuff. Listen.
As you can see,
Okay.
The death is irreversible.
If you can't hear it. So this is during the Queen's funeral procession.
Yeah.
She said, this is the exact words, the death is irreversible and the fact she is trapped. And then it just cuts off. Listen.
Yeah.
as you can see,
So what do you think that means?
The death is irreversible. So it was planned?
I think, this is what I think. I think, like I said, what if at a certain time when you reach that level of power, success, or whoever, just importance, something comes into you, or they put spirits, entities, or even different people inside of your body to control. Now, she's saying the death is irreversible, but she's still trapped. Now, this is just my own theory, but what if they mean by like she's still trapped? That spirit, they weren't able to transfer to somebody else yet. Whoever that, entity is, was stuck in the dead body that they
that's a
can't
good
pass
theory.
on.
Yeah.
Because why else? Why else would you be talking
The
about?
Queen was mic'd, right?
No, not the Queen. The team. The Queen's team.
Yeah, the Queen's
yeah.
team. Oh my God.
We get a FOIA request that came from the Hillary Clinton office, and I have it here if you want me to bring it up and show it to people. But it's a FOIA request by Hillary Clinton's office to ask for the information on and the location of the resurrection chamber to Gilgamesh, right? And not just to that, and to the location of where his body is and the location of other Nephilim that they found.
Did they respond to that?
Well, I'm presuming they did, but you don't get the response. You get the request listed. If you go on the Google net, that's where you find all these lists of FOIA requests. And then I just do on this side, I put what they request, and that's exactly what it says. FOIA number 2019-02110, Denetra de Senegar requesting documents pertaining to the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body, and the location of the buried Nephilim.
Hillary Clinton, what if it's far worse than you think? You guys remember John F. Kennedy Jr.? He was declared the frontrunner for the New York Senate seat back in 1999. Days later, his plane crashed in the Atlantic Ocean. His rival, Hillary Clinton, became senator. Mary Mahoney was a White House intern. She knew enough about the inner workings of Bill Clinton's advances to be a key witness in the impeachment trials. She was brutally murdered at a Starbucks that she managed back in 1997. 1993, White House counsel Vince Foster was found dead in Marcy Park. He supposedly offed himself. Amongst a lengthy list of foul play, the bullet was never found. Then there was James McDougal, a key witness for the White House prosecutors. He was serving a 3-year sentence for bank fraud in Fort Worth Federal Medical Center in Texas. And just before he was supposed to give his testimony before the grand jury, he suffered a heart attack in solitary confinement. 2015, Walter Scheib, a White House chef under Bill Clinton, joined the list. He was found at the bottom of a river, 2 miles away from a trail that he was reportedly hiking. Autopsy determined that he died from accidental drowning, but he may have known too much. 27-year-old Democratic committee staffer Seth Rich was shot and killed in D.C. in 2016. There was speculation that he was the source of the leaked emails sent allegedly by DNC staffers and may have in retaliation. Then there was Sean Lucas, lead attorney in the fraud case against the DNC. He was found on the bathroom floor by his girlfriend when she returned home. His death was reported classified pending the results of an autopsy, and then the case went cold.
Coincidences? Or no? I don't believe in coincidences, but I also want to say this. I think when they have their chefs, I think that before they hire the chef, they make them sign an NDA or something and be like, look, we're going to have you fake we're going to make it look like you passed away because you can't go back to a regular life after being the chef for us. You're going to hear some things, you're going to see some things, you're going to be around some things, and we can't risk that you're going to say something. So you're going to fake this, you're going to cut contact and go live on an island or something. Or we're going to change your identity or some shit like that, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos very smooth 7. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps let them grow, helps let it get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish was Smooth 7. Love y'all collective. Y'all see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what I'm